Beyond the sacred file waited another fear, the fear of knowledge mistaken for magic. In this room, stars, herbs, metals, and illness were written together on the same table.
To study the sky was once to touch order itself, and order was something power wanted to own.
A sign in the heavens could become a warning, and warnings are dangerous when they cannot be controlled.
The hands that knew which herbs could heal were often the same hands others learned to fear. A remedy could look like mercy to one person and like forbidden power to another. The healer's table was often watched because knowledge outside approval was easily called magic. Once a remedy was written down, it no longer belonged only to the hands that knew it. Then came the fire, the metals, and the ancient dream of transformation. To transform matter was to ask a dangerous question. What else in the world could be changed?
The keeper of a formula could be seen as a scholar, or as someone who knew too much.
A small fire could be a tool, or a threat, depending on who was watching. The experiment itself was not always feared, but the freedom to experiment was.
When knowledge could not be understood, it was often easier to lock it away.
But every age that locks knowledge away also leave behind someone willing to hide a copy.
Stars, herbs, and metals, 3 languages of a world trying to understand itself. The most dangerous knowledge was not the answer, but the right to ask the question.
Every age has a hand that covers the page before others can read it.
Some ideas were erased before anyone had the chance to understand what they truly were.
But knowledge survives because someone remembers, even when the page is taken away.
To preserve forbidden knowledge, one needed more than memory. One needed a path through the dark. The copy moved in silence, not as treasure, but as a question someone refused to let die. Some knowledge survived not because it was protected by power, but because it was hidden beneath ordinary stone. Time covered the answer with dust, but dust is not the same as death. So the question returns, when does knowledge become wisdom, and when does fear call it magic? Behind every forbidden method was a deeper fear, that the world could be understood without permission.
To ask without permission was not rebellion at first. It was curiosity.
To ask without permission was not rebellion at first. It was curiosity.
To them, the sky, the body, the plant, and the stone were not separate worlds, but one language. Between wonder and fear, ancient knowledge waited, not to be worshipped, but to be understood. The file gathers what fear once scattered, the sky, the plant, the metal, and the question. It was never only a spell. It was memory, experiment, fear, and wonder, written. But beneath forbidden knowledge, the archive keeps an older fear. The fear of death, ritual, and what comes after. The file may close, but the question inside it does not sleep. And on the map, another key waits for a file older than fear itself.
Beyond forbidden knowledge waits an older fear, the fear of death, ritual, and the unseen.
The next file has a name, but tonight, only its shadow is allowed to speak. If you wish to open the 4th forbidden file, Leave the Words, Part 4.